Hello, everyone. I wanted to jump on here this week to talk about what's going on lately with the personal training industry. Uh, Looks like the fat cats in DC want to regulate personal training. Now, not sure what that all encompasses, if it encompasses all personal trainers, fitness instructors, and group fitness teachers and things of that nature, coaches, etc., etc. They want to regulate this, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit. I'm not entirely for this type of regulation, not by the context in which it is currently being evaluated. Also, the main reason I'm against it is because you're talking about people's livelihoods that will probably be greatly affected if this thing is passed here in DC. And you better believe if they pass this thing in DC, where the fat cats are, you better believe that's going to have a trickle down effect, and you'll have a lot of states pretty much probably trying to adopt these regulations to regulate, personal training and fitness instructors the same way they regulate, registered nurses and massage therapists, and chiropractors, things of that nature. They have to have state licensings. And the reason for that, now here's why I understand why they want to regulate it, is, number one, you're dealing with people's lives. You got to face it. Personal training, there is a risk involved where people's lives and hands, your people's lives are in your hands, basically, because if someone who is not properly trained or don't know what they're doing or don't know how to recognize if someone's in trouble or something like that, you're putting that person that you're training in jeopardy. And unfortunately, more often than with something, and I realize a lot of my trainer friends are upset about this, and but you got to understand what brought this on, or what's bringing this on. And again, like I said, I'm not for it, but I understand where it's coming from. And that's why I'm trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Now, you got to think of all of the culmination of bullshit that's going on in the fitness industry. All of that, those pieces really has led to the state of where personal training is right now. The state of personal training back when I was considering it is the main reason why I decided not to do it full time. It just wasn't worth the massive pay cut that I was going to take, first of all. But after doing my interviews with some trainers who were already in this, I did my own research first, and I went and I actually interviewed actual trainers and strength and conditioning coaches, other group fitness instructors, and people who were already been in the industry, try to get them to give me what the pros and cons were of the industry and things of that nature. And I'm telling you, those cons were really up here versus those pros, man. It was ridiculous. I was going to seminars, weekly seminars and things of that nature, and different training programs and stuff, and talking to people, different people. And some of these guests I was talking to, when I was telling them the field that from where I was coming and trying to break into, they thought I was freaking nuts for even considering it. That's how pretty much bad it was. And this was a while ago. And it was already, I was already getting the dirt on what was going on in this industry. And that same dirt is become prevalent more so now. And and it's because of the explosion of social media. You got more people seeing, you know, fitness is in the forefront. You know, health and fitness, personal training, and personal trainers branding themselves out using social media this way. It's out in the forefront. So you see a lot now, more so than you probably seen in the past. But what's happening is, you know, it needs to be regulated. I agree, but I'm not for what some of the things that they're calling for in this regulation. But I think, number one, the regulation should come from the certifying agencies. I mean, you got a lot of these NCCA programs. In case you don't know what that is, that's the National Council for Certifying Credentials for the different personal training. The major personal training certifications are usually the ones that hold most weight are usually NCCA certified. However, what I'm finding out is that really doesn't hold a lot of weight these days anymore either, simply because you know, a lot of the trainers don't abide by the code of ethics, which some of those agencies, you know, you have to sign and abide by those code of ethics, but they're not being abided by. I mean, the stuff that I'm hearing is just ridiculous stuff. I mean, again, what brought this on was some of the bad seeds in this industry. That's just the bottom line. I mean, you got these really misguided people doing very unscrupulous things. Very, very unscrupulous things. I mean, the stuff that I'm hearing from clients and from other trainers and stuff, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is, and it's sad. It really is sad because the blemish that it has put on the industry. But there are a few people out there who are doing the right thing, and I really feel for those people who are out there doing the right thing that have to go through this bullshit. But there does need to be some type of regulatory standards in place for these trainers and instructors, because it's out of control. And now the other problem that we introduced into this scenario is you have a lot of unqualified people who are out there basically training other people. You're talking about people that because they think they look good, or they won a few physique contests, or they can do a mad amount of reps on a pull-up bar or whatever, or you know, they gone through some fad fitness program and got a certificate or something. People automatically think that entitles them to be able to give health advice and train people based on that standard, which is really not based on anything related to exercise science or kinesiology or physiology, you know. And there's a lot of bad information getting passed by these very same people. So, I mean, those are the things that I see that have kind of brought this to surface, and the reason why people are calling for this. Now, you take a city like Washington, D.C., okay? This is where this is starting, right here in the nation's capital. So, D.C. is a city of lawmakers, number one. Very smart, very intelligent people that work in this city who are paying, you know, top dollar for these services. And you know, now when you hear about people getting hurt doing dumb shit, and you know, or these stupid misguided trainers sleeping with their clients and things like that, you know, that kind of stuff really puts the industry on blast. And so you got these fat cats, you know, scrutinizing everything. Then, you know, I mean, then you got a lot of poorly written programs by a lot of these different fitness cultures out there. I mean, you know, stupid things like doing 50 fucking power cleans in a certain amount of time. That's ridiculous shit right there. You know, it's stuff like that that's getting people hurt. And it's just truly misguided, and you know, you have to question that. You know, you really have to question it, and that's the problem, is not enough people have been questioning it until recently. Again, with the explosion of all of this social media, and some of you out there constantly hashtag beast mode type mentality, that kind of shit is what's bringing this on. Trust me, that is what's really bringing this on. So keep you know, the more of this dumb shit that is being done out there, the more credence you're giving to these people to implement this harsh shit that they're about to drop on your asses. So you better wake up and do what you gotta do, and clean your acts up, and get some knowledge, and stop with all this foolishness out there. You know, everything, you know, like I said, it's really the bottom line, I think, is this friggin' beast mode mentality that the fitness industry has taken on. I can't stand it. There's no pain, no gain shit, all of that stuff. That's what's killing the industry right there. That is exactly what killing the industry, you know. So you got a lot of misguided people out there that are not doing the right thing versus the people who are. And the people who are doing the right thing are far few and in between, and that's the sad state of it. I hate to say it, but you got a lot of good people out there, you know, who I really do feel for, who are doing the right thing. So, you know, hopefully this thing may not go through, but if it does, man, you got to brace yourselves and come up with a plan B, or you know, do what you got to do to comply with the regulation. But I mean, like I said, I hate to see this and people going through this, because you're talking about people's livelihoods. But on the second part of it, you got to look at what they're trying to also protect the general public against like malpractices, basically. So, you know, it's the way things go. And you know, I'm sorry again that some of you are having to go through that. This video is getting too long, so peace out, you guys. Stay blessed.